Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Testing, testing, testing. Can you guys hear me? Alright, you can hear me. Now let me make sure I can hear you guys. Make sure I can hear you guys. 1 second. Let's see. Now I may have to put my original headphones back in, so I'm trying not to do. So I see sound from me. Let me play something to see if I can hear sound from you. Then we're gonna be able to roll. Just play this random YouTube video. Yeah, see, I don't even hear that.
Opportunity one.
Hold on. You guys may hear it, but I don't. Maybe it. Yeah, but I can't hear though. So let me put these headphones back in. This ain't gonna work. I was trying not to take my bucket hat off, but 1 second. All right, we coming. Okay, now I hear something. It might have been because I had the thing muted. 407, can you hear me? Yo, yo, yo. I got one caller in. I don't know if they hear me. Speakers on Yeti. Let me turn these speakers on Yeti. Go to preference. Oh, they hung up. So we good. We good, we good, we good. We live. Let me turn this down because it's loud as heck in my ear. What up, good people? Let me turn this desktop audio down. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. So, I think I should be good. You guys hear me? Let's try this one last time. You guys hear me? I think so, I think so, I think so. Good, okay, 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 okay. Cool, 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 cool. So, let's talk about the game. Let me get the score up. Appreciate you for coming through. Appreciate you for coming through. We're sitting at about 45 now. The phone lines are open. The phone lines are open. Okay. And I want to know how you guys feel about it. I'll go ahead and start it off by giving you my 2 cents and what I thought. Pull this down. Pull this back up. So initially, I thought it started off kind of rocky. I was, Not really happy with the way we were going, with the way the flow of the game was. We started off with pretty much 3 straight snaps with JK going in motion, and not much didn't come out of it. So I think that was a setup, because later on in the game, when we started motioning him out of there, because we did throw it to him one time, we started doing other stuff off of it. And what I will say overall with Roman, it looked like today he made a concerted effort to set stuff up. It looked like he made an effort to set stuff up, and I was happy with him doing that. But as far as overall, I like the progression. I just don't think he's all the way there yet. But we got our first call in. It's Demar. Go ahead, tell me how you feel. You off the rip. I know. Hold on a second. Yeah, hold on a second. I gotta mute him. There you go. Now go ahead. Yep. Hold on, Demar. Hold on, Demar. They say they can't hear you. Let me fix some stuff. I already know what it is. Hold on. Now go ahead. I think they can hear you. Now I had you turned down. I could hear you, but they couldn't hear you because of that elevator music that be playing for your call in. But what he said was not recap it. He was just talking about Kyle Hamilton and not having as much flack as he did. But go ahead.
Yeah. Like I'm real happy for him, man. Like that's a play that was made, you know what I'm saying, that can change a rookie's whole mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably was down, you know, seeing all the criticism and stuff like that, and then, you know, come back and make a play that essentially changed the game. You feel me? Like they was marching down the field, and then you know, that they score right there. You know, it's like we blew another lead. Boom. I was just in the chat, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I was just in Garnett space. I understand people, you know, they don't like McDonald and all sorts of stuff, bro. But some stuff comes down to the players executing, man. Like we're not getting no pressure from our 4 rushers. Yeah. You know, granted, Houston went out and stuff like that, but his defense is predicated a lot on the rushers, you know, doing their jobs. You feel me? So, I mean, to me, it looked like Mac Jones was just sitting back there, just chilling, you know, got a pedicure and everything. Like, you know what I mean? So,
but you got to keep in mind, look at what he had on the edge last year in college. He had probably the best rusher and probably another top 5 rusher. He ain't got that.
Yeah, but I mean, I hold Oweh to a high standard, man. Like I was the one saying Oweh needed to get 10+ sacks. Yeah. And what is he? He a offer, right?
I think he got 1. I think him and the new guy got the same amount of sacks. But correct me if I'm wrong in the chat box. I think both of them got 1. And that guy just got signed this week, right?
Yeah, he did. The Copeland dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I mean, for me, it just all comes down to, you know, just the pass rush, and you know, I feel like, that's what I want to ask you. You think that was a fumble Bateman had? I didn't think that was a catch when I first seen it.
I didn't think it was a catch, because if Dez Bryant's catch was not a catch, no way in heck that was one. No way, because Dez caught the ball, took 2 steps and dove. So it's so wishy-washy. There's no consistency in the calls.
Right. So yeah, so like I said, so just a little, you know, just a rerun. Like I feel like the offense is real potent. Like when it gets going, like when things is clicking and stuff. It looked like Lamar, like as much as they had a good day together, you know, Lamar and Mark was, you know, they was missing on a lot of stuff they usually hit on. I think they could have had bigger days. But other than that, man, I think we just got to get the ball to our playmakers, man. Like we seen it that Bateman, he's a yak guy. Like we've been crying for a yak guy.
Yep.
when that boy get with the ball in his hands, man, like how much yak he got on that catch? That was at least over 20, right?
About 20. Especially like he put his foot in the ground and he accelerated on the next guy. I ain't know he had moves like that.
Yeah, so it's like I think like I said, this is just the first quarter of the season. Like once we get things rolling, man, like I could really see this offense being like real potent, man. Like, you know, we still got people to come back, stuff like that. So
what I will say,
other than that,
this,
man,
how you feel about Falele?
He played well once they gave him a little bit of help.
Yep.
Like he was getting cooked at first, but I mean his name ain't come up in the second half, so that means, you know, you're doing your job as a lineman.
That's my point exactly. We didn't call his. I said it during the live stream. We didn't call his name one time in that second half. I think once he got in and realized the speed of the game and I think he adjusted. Even though they helped him out some, I think he adjusted to the speed of the game very well. And then we started doing stuff that he was good at. Like when we run the ball, they let him down block instead of trying to run stretch to his side. He ain't good enough with his feet to run stretch, but he can down block on some fall. He was killing number 8.
Right. So I mean, I'm gonna cap it off and get up off here, man. Like I just feel like we in that position like where teams that can go on runs, they get people back at the right time of the year. I think we about to be one of those teams, man. Like I think we could really be one of those teams. I mean, once we get that pass rush going, man, like we can pair that with the offense. Like I said, the offense looked real good to me, man. Like I don't know who helping Roman. I really don't care. But in my opinion, he been doing his thing, man. Like we averaging 30. Like what more can you ask for? You want the to get some. Hey, I want Queen to work on his hands, coach. Like what's up?
He had a house. He dropped a house call, and then his uncle had to show him how to catch interceptions. His uncle had to show him how to catch interceptions.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, man, I think people just got to make plays, man. That's it. Right. For on the defensive side of the ball. But I'll holler at you though.
Appreciate it, Demar. We got let me see who we got next. We got 909. Should be unmuted. Go ahead, caller. You live, right? 909. Yo. Hey, yo, you live? 909. Maybe he got me muted. Or he listening to the stream.
Hey, Coach. Coach. Can you hear me, Coach?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm out of town. I called it and I muted myself. It's Skip.
What's up, Skip?
Hey, man, how you doing, Coach?
I'm good.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to watch the whole game because where I am, the feed was kind of in and out. So I was calling in really just to listen
okay. Well, I can
to different people's takes.
I can do that. Now, as long as you don't hang up, I won't hang you up, all right?
Okay, all right.
Appreciate you.
All right, I'll mute myself and listen.
All right. Let me throw that number back up there. Let me see. Let me put the number out there so we can go from there. Where's Juice? Well, I go back to my tape. Let me get myself back on the screen, back on where I was, before we get some more callers to come in. Again, last week we had it popping. Other people may be doing other things. They probably celebrating the victory and not coming through with the therapy session. But we not having a therapy session today. We celebrating victory for 24 hours. We having shots of water. Y'all had shots of whatever y'all having. Normal week we would have shots of purple Kool-Aid, but I can't do that right now. Next week I'll be back on the purple Kool-Aid. But again, as far as the offense, like DeMar said, when it's rolling, it's rolling. We need other guys to come through and contribute. We need somebody other than, we got to basically, I want to say a 3-headed monster, but we kind of do with Bateman, Duvernay, and Andrews. At some point, somebody else is going to have to come in, and they don't have to have a big game. They just need to be able to take the load off of them guys. Because if they don't do it, other than Lamar, if they don't do it, don't look like it's getting done. Or anybody even get a chance to do it. Because I don't, and y'all correct me in the chat box, did Likely even get a target? I don't recall Likely even getting a target. And if it was early in the game. I'm going to get the defense. in a minute. Wallace played. He had a good block, but I don't. Somebody else gonna have to, and we got enough. But when we play the good team, like next week, some of that stuff gonna be taken away, and somebody else gonna have to make a play or two here or there, a play or two here or there. Like Purple City says, Prochet when he gets back gonna be that guy. And much as I love Prochet, I don't know. I hope his scratches are because he hurt. I hope his scratches are because he's hurt and not because he's not good enough. Let me see. Another thing, I got the wrong scroll going. That's probably why. Give me a second to fix this. Got the wrong words up there. Let me put the good words up there. Bam. Bam. There we go. So now, if you don't know the number, it should be coming up now. Take you a minute to pop up on your screen. There it is right there. I just changed it. I had the wrong scroll going. That's probably was part of the problem. And that's on me. Players mess up. Like you said, players mess up. But again, somebody else going to have to take the role. The O-line to be on our third tackle. For Lele to come in and play left tackle after that initial, I'm going to say shock. After that initial shock, I was pleased with what he did. I was pleased with how he adjusted, how he seemed like he picked up the speed of the game. Let's see.
Will G Designs.
What up, Will G? You already on. Go ahead.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Oh, man. No Spider-Man meeting this week for the secondary.
They played decent. They played decent. The numbers not going to seem like it, but they played decent.
Right. Like I said, it's so important to have, Marlon and Peters, man, because, when we do blitz, they got to be able to do man. And they came through today, both of them with the INCs and everything, and people will leave my man Hamilton finally alone because that length,
right,
sure enough, saved the day today. And then the other thing is, what's that? 3 weeks now goes to Tommy.
Yep.
Touchdown.
Yep. Now I forgot to mention that other thing. Goes to Tommy is always coming through. It's like
right.
I think Shannon Sharp. Somebody said it back when the Ravens had might have been Ray Lewis. Somebody, you don't leave home without him. It's the white tight end. That was somebody should say that for the Ravens. They was talking about Pitter. You never leave home without him.
That's a different type of tight end. That's like him and Kelsey. That's they were raised pretty much in like the urban environment and everything like that. You could tell. And so, but yeah, so this is a good week, Coach. We got 6 days of now breathing. People gonna leave my man Hamilton alone because once he gets his reps,
right.
Like I said, I think he's gonna be an in the box honey badger, just ball seeking monster.
Because he got the size, he got the athleticism. He just got to put the mental part together. And honestly, on that same play, Pepe almost had a pick too. He just missed the interception. Like I think, who was that? Nelson Aguilar. I think he was surprised he even caught that because Pepe was right on it.
And then PQ using too much speed went right by his ball for the INC.
Yep, and then dropped one.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, 99 yards.
Right. But yeah, I just want to call in and say, stay blessed, Coach, and always great show.
I appreciate it. Appreciate you for coming through too. Appreciate the support too, always.
Oh, no problem.
We got Vince came through with the $5 super chat. He says Lamar leading the early MVP race. Also, I wonder what Ryan Stanley's thinking right now. That's a good question, Vince. Stanley, like I think early in the game, they may have been like, oh snap, Stanley got to come back. But with what but what Falele did, in their mind, they'd be like, okay, we can, maybe get through with that. But no, you can't, because Von Miller's coming to town. You can't depend on Falele because Von Miller's coming to town. We got one more caller. Naron, go ahead.
What's good, Coach?
Not much. Long time no hear from. You doing
all
right?
I know. I've been a little bit busy. Yes, sir.
Hey, life happens, man. I understand completely.
Yes, sir.
What you feel about the game?
Ooh, that just needed a breather. This is just a relaxer, just to get ourselves back right, being 2-1, back where we need to be.
Mm-hmm.
That's a positive. I just don't want to take too much of the time. I want to start off by each position.
Mm-hmm.
Running back there, the first half of the game, we didn't really get the running backs involved. I felt like we should have done that more instead of being more pass happy. Because on the first half of the game, we was more trying to pass the ball instead of trying to set up the run then the pass. We kind of went towards that the second half, and that worked well for us. Now that we had Lamar going and that got the running backs going, so that was a positive. O-line, after I believe, I don't know who went down, but when Lele came into the mix, that kind of like messed up Lamar a little bit because he didn't have too much protection. But I believe that second half, Lele kind of like settled down like everybody else was saying, and that made things a little bit better for Lamar.
Right. Did you notice him actually peeking over there when he was dropping back to see what was going on?
Yeah, I saw that. He was checking on that right side to make sure that left side to make sure that he was good and covered. It's good that they had kind of like sent help over to Falele, like you said, and like everybody else was saying, to help him, and that made everything else better for Lamar and for the whole offense. Mm-hmm. Defensive wise, I feel like we got to get better at run support. Yep. Run support, you got to get better. It starts with the run, then the pass, because once we get the run defense going, then that helps out the pass. I felt like what I was really annoyed with the fact that we take so long for us to get our plays out.
True. And
it leaves us with 2 to 3 seconds just to try and snap the ball instead of us having like 8 to 7 seconds. Mm-hmm. We got to find a way to get the plays out quicker.
We can't
even adjust. That falls on Greg Roman and coaching staff.
Yeah, we can't even adjust when we do that. Like Lamar can't audible. Mm-hmm. If they call a play and if it's an inside run and they stack in the middle, he'll have time to adjust to something else.
No, he didn't, and a lot of times that happened, and he couldn't really like adjust to it because of how slow we got the plays out. Mm-hmm. That falls on Greg Roman and John Harbaugh to get the plays out quicker. But I feel like that should come over the next 12 weeks of us trying to get the plays out quicker, and they should adjust to that. They haven't done that lately for the last 3 weeks, but I far like over time they'll get better at it.
Got to.
That's one of the major things that I had problems with. As far as our pass defense, I'm gonna give them a little bit more towards like 2 to 3 more weeks for them to get themselves right. Because I feel like it's still new guys. They're trying to still get acclimated to everybody else, and it's a whole new system. Because all the old guys, they were used to who system? It was G-Row, not G-Rows. It was Wink system, blitzing. And they're not used to or accustomed to McDonald's system of just rushing 4 guys and everybody covering back.
Right.
So it's a new system that they're getting acclimated to. So in that respect, everybody needs to chill out. McDonald's, he's gonna be fine. I feel like he's gonna be fine. Just give him a little bit more time. Mm-hmm. Give this defense and this pass defense a little bit more time, and we should be good to go.
Yeah, and I'm guilty myself of jumping on McDonald's. I'm guilty of falling into the microwave mentality. I'm as a coach, I shouldn't be, but I'm a fan right now. I'm a fan of the team, and I fall into that same trap that everybody does. And honestly, I think he called this game a lot better than he called the Miami game.
Yeah,
and he's going to be extremely tested next week versus Buffalo.
Yes, and I feel that if there's something wrong with the defense and you don't like it, call a timeout. It is okay to call a timeout on defense to get your guys set. Right. We didn't do that last week, and we paid heavily for it. Mm-hmm. I was like, why did they call a timeout? They should call a timeout to get everybody set.
Especially if you're winning. You can afford to call it if you're winning. If you're losing, you might have to save it. But if you're winning, definitely.
Exactly. But it's a new week, so we won. That's all I got to say.
Right.
But other than that, I feel that once we get our pass rushers back, especially Ojabo, I'm really excited to see what he can do moving forward. I believe he might have another month or two, give or take. Hopefully it's another month. But I'm really hoping that our guys can get healthy, stay healthy, so that we can be ready for the postseason.
Cool.
And get ready for the Super Bowl win that we're about to get.
I'm with it.
Nice talking to you, Coach.
I'm with it.
Then say it again, Coach.
I say I'm with it. The Super Bowl run, I'm definitely with it.
Yes, sir. Giving credit to Houston for putting it into motion.
Right. He called it, and I hope he's all right. I hope he's all right. I hope.
And before I go, one last thing. I know a lot of y'all was in the chat talking about, oh, Marlon is overrated, overpaid. No, he's not. No, he's not. He made a fourth down. He made a fourth down stop, and he made a pick in the end zone. I'm still on that.
And you know what? I'm gonna put that message in the chat box every week because I put it up there and he made plays. So I'm a baseball dude. I'm superstitious. So I'm gonna keep putting it out there. Like last week, I didn't wear the hat and the jersey and we lost. I wore it the day we won. So I got my Sunday attire for the rest of the year.
Yes. All right, so good talking to you, and I'll talk to you next week.
I appreciate it. Let's see what we got next. 901.
Yes. All right, so good talking to you, and I'll talk
901 should be up. You got
Reverend Farrell.
Turn your background down. 901, you up again. I don't know if you muted or what. You called in a minute ago. You didn't say anything, but you up now.
Oh, wait.
There you go.
Up here?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Good.
How you doing, Coach?
I'm good. How about yourself?
Yeah. I'm doing all right, man. Just calling and talk about how Lamar has so much pressure on me every week, just to put up the points. And I think a lot of people understand. I think a lot of times that has a major effect on his decision making, like quarterbacking. I think with not only with the receivers and the offensive line and the contract, and nobody can tell me that the contract is not weighing heavily on his mind every game he goes out.
I agree.
I know he's trying to block it out, but it's a lot on his plate. I guess you kind of halfway. It's kind of his fault in a way, but still, it's not. I have to put it more on the organization. You got a great player like that. You got to do right by him. And it's defense. The defense is not playing up to the level that we thought it would be doing during this time of year. I mean, all the adjustments they had time last year, and they was talking about they were going to make coming into the season, with getting rid of Wentz. And some of the things that he did last year, they're bringing that right back, and so the defense is pretty much back in the same situation it was last year. And I don't know what to say about this organization, how they are going about, drafting and things of that nature. I'll just call in and make them a few points, and I just wonder what you think about that.
I'll start with the draft, and we can kind of work back as far as your questions. The draft is, we didn't get an impact guy in the draft. We didn't. Now, and I said it during the stream, like the impact players that we got in the draft may be Linderbaum and maybe the punter, even though he shanked one today. Those might be the impact players, but a bunch of those guys we picked got great potential. Travis has good potential at defensive tackle. The two cornerbacks have good potential. Davis and Pepe. Hamilton has good potential. We got a bunch of potential guys that ain't helping us right now. And so myself included, we sometimes got to take a step back and give them guys a chance to learn and get better. Now, with a top 15 pick, we should have gotten an impact guy, but we didn't. So, let's go on past that. Hamilton he's a developmental guy that we got early, and we just got to deal with it. So maybe middle of the season, toward the end of the season, those guys will start to play better. And even Hamilton played better. He played better today than he did last week. He played, and even though the busted coverages he had last week, he played a little better than he did the week one. Pepe, the few snaps he had decent coverage. Davis kind of got cooked early, but I think that was a matchup situation because they was trying to use Marlon in the slot, and they saw Davis out there on Devontae Parker, and they went to work. So that to me that part was coaching, but still, the draft, we draft on potential. We don't really draft impact guys, and we just gotta wait to see if they pan out. And then again, they may not pan out. So it's the draft's a crapshoot. But the way we do BPA instead of needs, it's crazy that I understand why he's doing it, because he's trying to get guys later on so he can keep a bunch of good guys on the team and won't have to. Because if you get an impact player in that first round, in 4 or 5 years he's gonna break the bank. And so once you got a guy that's gonna break the bank, the rest of the team around him ain't gonna, it's gonna be because you can't spend as much money. So I understand why he's doing it, but he just got to hit on them other. Like Pepe got to turn out, Davis got to turn out, Travis got to turn out. All them guys that he picked, they got to turn out. Falele got to turn out. They all got to turn out to be good players for the future, because we finna pay Lamar all this money, And we got to win while those guys are on rookie deals. Because if they develop and improve to their potential, there's no way we can afford all those guys. And Lamar's going to come above all of them.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. And like I said, it just a lot goes on. I wonder, should they relieve a lot of pressure off these rookie cornerbacks? It seems to me they should leave more safety help at the top. But I don't know, they maybe just when McDonald run the system. And, he keeps a lot of these guys on the island, kind of like what Wink did. Mm-hmm. That's one of my points I was trying to make earlier. You kind of leaving these rookie guys who just come into the league kind of out on the island, and I don't think they're getting the proper coaching. Mm-hmm. Right now, I know they don't have a proper understanding of what they need to be doing.
Right. I think it's more understanding than coaching. But I will say this about McDonald. We're getting caught when those guys are in man, but I don't think he's like a constant man guy like Wink was. I think he's mixing it up. But yeah, those young guys are getting caught in man situations when it's mixed up. But it's not constant man situations. That makes sense what I'm saying? Like, he ain't calling a ton of man plays. But when they do take shots, they happen to be in man with some kind of blitz that don't get home. So, And keep in mind, he learning too. This is his second year as a coordinator. 1 year at Michigan, and then this year. So he learning too. And like I said, I be in the microwave society also. But I got to take a step back and realize that he learning his players. He learning the NFL game, even though he was an assistant, but he a coordinator now. And nerves come into play too when you call him plays. No matter what people tell you, nerves come into play because I can recall plenty of times, and I just do high school, that it's fourth quarter and it's 3rd and 2, and my palms are sweating, and I'm scanning my sheet trying to figure out something to call, and sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Sometimes you're gonna be the GOAT, sometimes you're gonna be the victim. So. Hopefully you're the GOAT more so than you the victim. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I ain't even I get nerves in that joint.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I can understand where you're coming from, man. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate all what you're doing, and you have a nice day, man. Checking back with you.
Appreciate you for calling. All right. Let's see who we got. 901 Memphis. Let me see if I can unmute you real quick. Will it work? There it is. Now you're on mute.
Yes, sir.
There we go. We got you. Who we got and where you calling from?
Reverend. Hey, I was just calling to tell you, man, I think they need to go and pay Lamar his money, man, because Lamar doing a great job, and, people ain't speaking up about him. I think he about the number 1 quarterback in the NFL.
He close. If he ain't, he close. He definitely close.
I think he'd do a well job. You need to find that many quarterback get 5 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns every Sunday. It ain't nobody, really talking about him. Talking about he can't throw, he can't do this, he's doing everything they say he do. Yeah. They want to give him the credit. They trying to blackball him like they do all black quarterbacks. We ain't never talking about that.
Yeah. So it's talked about more. It's talked about more. But the thing is with Lamar is, Lamar won't guarantee money. And that's the hiccup. I don't blame him, especially with what they did with Deshaun. And he's 5 times better than Deshaun. So I don't blame him. Stick to his guns, and hopefully the Ravens pay him, but somebody's going to play him. Yeah. Whether it be in purple and black or whatever, any other color, somebody's going to play him, especially if he keeps putting up numbers like he do. Especially if he keep putting up numbers
I think Baltimore go ahead and pay him. They know he can do it now. They did Word probably thought he couldn't do it, but now they know he can do it. They probably going to get his money.
You got to.
I'm going to pray for him to get his money. Got to have faith. Yep. And, man, you take it easy, and I hope your team do good, too.
Appreciate it for calling, Ralph. I appreciate it.
Okay, then. All right, take care.
All right. Let's see. Close this on out. All right, Skip. I'm gonna close the phone line, Skip. I'm finna get up off so I can watch the rest of it. I appreciate you for holding on, and we'll talk later about what's going on. We'll get in the group chat and talk. All right, everybody. So I just closed the phone lines. We went about 30 minutes, which is what I kind of wanted. Didn't have to do clock game, which was good. But, I know when we lose, more people call in and ready to fuss and be mad. So it's understandable on a winning Sunday we don't have as many people. But that's cool. That's cool. Again, won the game. Lamar had 4 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown, which means my fantasy teams are lit. So as soon as I close this out, I'm going to check all 6 of them because he's the quarterback in all of them but one. And hopefully we're gonna have a good Sunday, man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Only film that I will tell you you're gonna get, well, you're gonna get the round table tomorrow at 9:00. So if y'all in the chat, if OTR Mike or Hendo or anybody or Chris in the chat, we good for tomorrow at 9:00. You're gonna get a Falele film because I was really impressed with his adjustment and how they adjusted to help him. So that's the only one you definitely gonna get. The rest of it, because everybody tries to do Lamar, so I try to stay away from Lamar. But we definitely gonna get into the film and break down of how well we did or how bad we did, and try to figure out what's going on in the secondary too. Try to figure out what's going on in the secondary. So again, I appreciate you guys for coming through. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. Hit that like button. We sitting at 137. Hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you want to be a member, you can do that also. That's down there somewhere. It's a join button somewhere up under there. If you want to donate, there's a tip thing at the top pinned up. If you want to do all that, I appreciate everybody for coming through. I appreciate all the support. Shout out to Voch for coming through. That's my guy. He said it sounded like an Alcorn. Yeah, that's the Braves won. See that behind me? The Braves won. We won yesterday. But again, shout out, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate Voch for putting me in this situation to do this. And he just don't know. I may not go back and coach again. I'm gonna go ahead and tell everybody. He's the reason I may not go back and coach again because of you guys. Peace.